recording. Yeah.
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 We're live, pal.
Yeah.
Dummy.
They still say that? Or did he stop?
Nah, he didn't bring that to.
Didn't say dummy anymore?
Nah,
That's bullying.
That was the best part of the
bullying.
gimmick.
I know.
He said
That's true. Be a star, right?
Yep.
Anyway, welcome back to the Six Man Tech Podcast, episode 52. It's not the
Year's
1 year
worth of
anniversary. Right, thank you. It's a year's worth of episodes, not done in a calendar year, a little longer than that, but whatever. Fuck you.
Starting off
Yeah.
hot, pal.
Yeah,
Starting off hot.
episode 52, a year 52. Shut the fuck. We're 17 weeks away from the real milestone. 17 episodes away. I don't want to say Jesus Christ. I want
Can't
to
wait.
set us up for
Can't
weeks.
wait. I can't wait.
If you get it, if you know, you know. Anyway, I'm Mike. Joining me as always, it's CJ.
What's up, everybody? Back with you again, CJ, aka Craig Francis from back in the day, which is very relevant today because not only do we have the long-awaited return for what is he now, 7? Because we already did the 5-time.
I'm not doing the Booker T thing again.
We're not doing any of that, but I think it's his 7th appearance. It's been long overdue. We got Chris D on the show today, but also my former tag team partner joining us as well, which I'm very excited about. We're going to talk some stories. We're going to shoot the shit. Might talk some WrestleMania stuff too. But before we get to all that, up next down the pipe, the Mr. Hebrew Alexander Hammerstone himself, Skyler.
Don't tell me you had to get something to eat before the podcast, Craig. I was there, okay? You know what I wanted to eat? I just wanted to go get some cheeseburgers, okay? But unfortunately, I had to go ride around with this motherfucker over here. And let me tell you something. He asked a lot of fucking questions about. He wants to know what a Big Mac is called in some other
Vegas?
country. It's the Big Mac. I don't know. I wasn't there.
You've seen the movie?
And then he's asking me what a quarter pounder with cheese is. I don't know. I was in Minnesota. I was not there. And you know what? Dude says motherfucker a lot. I can't even do that many push-ups to that. How many times that guy says motherfucker? And like, you know what? I want cheeseburger, and that happens. And let me tell you what. Thank God I was not there.
I think that's the first time Jesse Ventura wasn't there.
Have to keep it fresh.
Oh man. Well, we got a full dais here tonight, boys. As we said, we have a couple of guests here. Yeah.
2 returning guests. There might be a little heat.
Time out. Whose intervention is this?
Oh no.
No.
Totally for Andy.
That was dark.
Considering Andy was the last one in the room, that's usually how it goes, right? Surprise, Andy.
Damn it, I did it again.
Oh man.
That guy's got the fucking number 30 rumble pop. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what I do best.
Coming last.
That means 2 things.
Andy's used to coming in last when I was in the ring with him. I'll tell you that.
Hey,
we were tag partners for a long time, but me and you, we had a really good feud for actually a few good feuds for multiple places we worked. Actually, now that I think about it, but we had a good one at OTW before we joined.
Somebody committed larceny with the championship.
Yeah, that's true. That's not really true. I feel still to this day that I earned that belt, that I won that match, and therefore I was crowned the champion. But
earned it my ass.
Anyway, we had a good feud out of that, and then we also had a really good feud at UWC, which kind of ended with nothing. Kind of like, I don't know what happened. I think like that was right around the time I retired. Maybe if I stuck it out, we could have ran that a little deeper. But we had a good series of matches down there too.
Craig,
what?
This is wrestling. Nobody retires.
Oh, that's true. But anyway,
Did Hulk
mean-
Hogan beat you and
But Hulk
retire
Hogan
you?
is still the best indie wrestler I've ever seen in my life. That is the best wrestler, my favorite indie wrestler of all
I
time,
can't.
Hulk Hogan.
I can't.
But speaking of heat, though, because me and you, we had our heat back in the day, but apparently Chris D was telling us some stories here, and he said this is why you're both here today. Actually, it's not an intervention; it's actually a confrontation. So I don't know what happened here.
I was not given the script.
Yeah, no, I'm flipping the script, bud.
I'm just
Oh,
gonna
shit.
lay out.
We're live.
We were answering the questions, and he was. No, wait. We were giving him the answers, and he was changing the questions.
Always changing the questions.
Boom, boom,
So
boom.
what happened? What happened? You guys got some heat now? What happened?
Guy gave me the fucking Genetti
Yeah.
super kick, put me through the window last night.
Yeah, he fucked me. He fucked me. He fucked me, pal.
he said you fucked him.
No, he fucked me, pal.
Oh,
Accusations.
Pal.
accusation.
This feels like, listen, I'm not gonna knock any kind of mic quality or anything. I know you got the whole studio set up at your studio, but this sounds like you're calling us from like jail or something. It sounds like one of those
Well-
collect calls and is being recorded for like a documentary.
So
You
see,
accept the
what
charges.
happened was we are not at Studio Well at the current moment.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that's what I figured. You're doing this from home today, aren't you?
Mhm.
yeah, I'm working on remote, via satellite. I need that.
There it is.
I need
Via
that.
satellite.
Via
put up.
satellite.
Via
Via
satellite.
satellite.
Via satellite. I'm
I
still,
mean, really, CJ's in the other room somewhere. But
Worldwide Andy.
that's fact. See, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for Chris to show up. So
Guy left me.
He said
24
you left
hours
him
later.
hanging, man. He
Yep.
said
I
I
want
didn't
to talk
leave
about a
him.
Mania match, a Strike Force, WrestleMania
uh,
5. Fucking just left me.
That's so. What's the story then? What's the story from you, Andy? What's your side of it? What happened?
Wait. I need to hear Chris's side because apparently everybody already heard Chris's side. So
I didn't say anything.
no details.
I didn't say, well, I told
all
these
he
guys
told
to
us
fuck
was
me.
that you left him hanging. That's literally all. And we said save the rest for the show. So actually, Chris, if you want to go first, since you did come up with the accusation first, like, how did Andy leave you hanging? What happened here?
Me and another friend of Andy's were waiting for him at the bar. Guy says, I'll be around by 10 o'clock. I said, look, I gotta work early. No full send, but come by and we'll figure things out. Nothing. There's nothing from this guy. So about 11:30, 11:40, I'm like, all right, we're out. Andy goes, I'm still at the studio. I said, you fucked me. You fucked me. Yeah, he's
Left him
texting at
hanging
1
at the bar,
o'clock,
man.
asking where I am.
So
I mean, that's kind of what Andy does. And like, just real quick, just to say, like, Andy, I'll send Andy like 5 snaps, 2 texts, an email, a picture of his mother, all within the same day. And then like, he'll send like replies to them all at noon the next day.
He's
But
texting
see,
at 1 o'clock. Where
so-
are you?
what had happened was what had happened was, and Francis can attest to this. When we go out to karaoke, when do we go out to karaoke?
We used to go out late. We used to not show up until like 10:30, 11 o'clock most times.
Okay. So I said that I was running a pod for a client. It should be over by 10. So I should be out after that. Homie done left the bar by like 11:30. So he gave me an hour and a half after I said it may have been done.
I mean, that's an hour and a half. That's a long time.
Bar don't
Especially
close
if
till
you got to work the next day.
And he was with somebody and said that he was gonna send it. He didn't send shit. So when I showed up, he was gone. He done left me.
I sure I couldn't full send it, so that was reserved for this weekend.
That's it.
A medium,
You fucked
medium
me.
light send.
You fucked me. I got
I
out.
didn't even
I
hear from him until 11:40. I didn't even know if he was alive.
I was on the air,
Hey, look,
pal.
I'm coming. I'm still on my way. Nothing.
I was on the air. Listen, it's just what's the word I'm looking for? It just keeps happening. Like the last time he fucked me and he left me at the bar. Yeah.
So you're saying this was a receipt? So
Yeah.
you're saying this was a
No.
receipt?
No, it wasn't
No.
an intentional receipt. But actually, if you think about it,
If you would, at the end of the day, though.
He got left at that bar because he didn't answer me for 2.5 hours.
I was drunk and partying.
I didn't
to
know he was
CJ's
there.
music.
I was partying.
I was partying to CJ's music. What can I say?
That was your event, and then he never answered me to tell me to come back.
He never came back.
The
for
night of
me.
my show. The night
Yeah.
of my show.
Are
Okay.
you talking about the 25 to Life show?
25
Yeah.
and out. 25 to
and
Life
out.
is a metal band that I
Yes,
actually
that's a
opened
metal
for
band.
before.
Yes. 25 and out. You mean when I could trump all this by saying the both of you kind of left me with a $200 bill?
Yep. Skylar
I
said he's
said
got a
I'm
gripe
coming
too.
back, and then I said, "Hey, you guys are still there, right?" And then just nothing for 2.5 hours. So, okay, nobody's
me.
there, I guess.
All right.
Left me.
People were living in the moment, man. What can I say? My music does that to people. They forget their
Left me.
phone exists when they hear me sing.
Wait,
That was
hold
very-
on.
That was a very kick-ass rendition of In the End, I will say.
Oh, thanks,
Fact,
man.
though.
Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. That's one of the ones I really want to actually record with Dom because we do it so differently. I feel it's like kind of unique in ours. So that's something I definitely want to do.
Okay, and you were
Wait.
about to say something?
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry, yeah.
wait. Yeah. Wait. What do you mean? Because I paid her too.
Oh,
Do you guys double pay the bill?
Because all
It's
this
sounding like it.
all this time, I've been telling Chris how he fucked me on the bill because he never came back for me. He dropped me off and literally left me at the bar and never fucking came back.
tried.
Y'all motherfuckers.
Yo, I think we need to go back to the bar.
Yeah, I think we need to go back to the bar.
I think you guys need to call your credit card companies and straighten some shit out.
See, what had happened was they're gonna say that
All right.
was a
You just
2022
call your
thing.
bank and be like, what I need you to do is refund me half of that. And then Skylar, you call your bank and you say, what I need you to do is refund me half of that. And then everything works out.
Facts.
Wow.
Also, I can't remember what appetizer I got there, but it was fucking
Double
good, so I'll
fuck.
go back.
All I know is what connects is Chris fucking us both.
I tried to come
That
back.
was-
He
that
said
was
I
at,
tried. See, he tried. He tried. To
That's
fuck us
that's
both.
at Juan Murphy's, by the way, just a shout out to them because
Shout out
they,
Juan
they-
Murphy's.
They were awesome when
Yes.
we were 25 and out was like we were like a monthly guest there. They had us like all the time and we love the owners and stuff like that. But Skylar mentioned the food and I just figured, yeah, let's give them a shout out because
Good
they
drinks,
deserve it.
kick-ass food.
Yeah,
Fact,
man,
though.
good stuff. One of the places I miss now that I'm out here, but tis
Yeah,
what it is.
you with your own
Are there any bars
almost
where you
8
live?
o'clock.
Are there any bars where I live?
Yeah,
Right
are
down
there?
out there.
Mike hasn't said anything for a solid 5 minutes, and the first thing he says is he just sneaks in a joke about, "Are there any bars where you live?"
Bro, I said I was going to lay out for this confrontation, and I did.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Yeah, there's a lot of bars where I live, Mike. The problem is I
open
don't
late?
drink anymore. Yeah, some of them are open late. A few of them actually.
They're not walking distance, all right.
Bro,
You
I still
know,
think
they're-
the best.
I think they are. As a matter
like,
of fact, there's
like,
actually
when
a
you're-
place right across the street, a Red Dragon, which is like a chain of little, like they're just like little
Red
pop up bars
Rocket
that
Bar.
are all over. They're just all over the city, and they're just like little casino bars where they just have like some slots and some like
course.
video.
bro, that's
poker
every gas
stuff.
station out there too.
Yeah, and they just serve like
Hilarious.
I don't even know if they serve food. I think they just have like drinks and shit. And
Oh,
like
food's too much, dude. Too much.
Yeah, it's crazy. But there's one of those right across the street from my house. I haven't been in it in any of those places yet, but I don't actually plan to ever. But I guess like just to check it out one time, I'll probably end up venturing in one day.
I mean, if you need to feel good about yourself, walk into one of those at like noon.
Oh
That's-
god, yeah.
that's
See who's
the-
sitting there.
that's the
See who's
trick.
sitting there fucking hitting the old one-armed bandits at noon with a fucking with a nice fucking martini in their hand or
Mhm.
something.
On
Martini's
a
probably
fucking,
too fancy
on a fucking
actually.
Tuesday. Yeah, no,
Probably
what's
more
like,
like
left
what's,
there since
like a Long
Friday.
Island iced tea,
You
really.
couldn't even make it to
A
hump
what?
day.
Like a Long Island iced tea, probably. Or a tea bag. How about a tea bag?
oh,
You remember tea bags, bud?
Oh,
of course I
Andy
do.
knows about the tea bags.
oh, of course I do.
bad memories. Good bad memories.
When me and Jake and I obviously when the recipe is very simple, so that was one of our go-tos all the time. We would just get the Firefly sweet tea vodka and a pitcher of lemonade, and boom, sweet there. You got your fucking tea bags right there at home.
God, I remember him from the Tiki Bar in LBI mostly.
It's the best. Arnie Palmer, like they have it on the sign up there. They got all the drink specials and chalky. We just saw teabag and it says Arnold Palmer with a twist or a spike or whatever you want to call it. So I remember like when me and John, the first time we went, when we were like 21, 22, whatever, that was a tradition for all the dads. All the dads would go to the tiki bar. The first, every year, my family, for those who don't know, I'll do a quick backstory here. For those who don't know, my family used to go on vacation every year to Long Beach Island. And when we were out there, we went with a bunch of different families. And the tradition is that we would go on Saturday, get there, get to the houses. And on Sunday, the dads would all go to the tiki bar. So when me and my boys all started turning 21 and all my friends started coming down for the vacations and hanging out with us, we started going to the tiki bar with all the dads. And that's where we saw
That's
the
the reason.
teabag drink. And John and I went crazy on them the first year we were there. And I remember I ended up puking like 5 times. They kicked me out. Everybody was in the restaurant. There's like a restaurant part inside. And everybody had went in there because they were going to go get food. And I left the restaurant to go puke, come back. Or try to come back, and the bouncer stops me. He's like, "Man, you're done. You got to get out of here." And I was like, "Everybody I know is inside at the restaurant. I just gotta get some food in me." And he goes, "You're not drinking anymore?" I was like, "Nah, I'm not drinking anymore." He's like, "All right." So I go into the restaurant. I sat there for about like 10 minutes. I looked at John. And I was just like, "I don't think I'm gonna make it, man. We gotta go." And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "All right." So he got up with me, and we walked back to the house we were staying at, which is about like 10 blocks. 10 blocks isn't very far when you're sober, obviously. When you're as shit-faced as we were, because we literally were leaning shoulder to shoulder, holding each other up, walking down the street, stumbling. And I remember we pull up to our block, we're walking up to the house, and we both had girlfriends at the time who were also at the house, and they didn't come to Tiki Bar because it was just like the dude's thing to do. So the girls are at the house, they see us coming up the street, shoulder to shoulder, just too-la-loo-la-loo-ra. Fucking, they start laughing hysterically because they see us like we're, oh my God, they're so drunk, they're so fucked up. We got to the house, it stopped being funny immediately because me and John just started puking everywhere. Like I was in the bathroom, John was in the backyard, like just nonstop puking. Like I go to lay down, my girlfriend's like trying to like leave to go whatever, and I was like, no, don't go. I was like a fucking baby. Like I just needed someone. I was just that drunk. I was so smashed, and John was the same way. So the girls, they really let us have it the rest of the week over that. But I thought that was kind of funny. That just reminded me of all that with the tea bags. It just reminds me of that every time.
Still not the funniest drink name I've seen, because at like the pool bar at the Sandals that I was at a few years ago in St. Lucia, it was this like frozen banana drink, and they called it the what was it? Yeah, the BBC.
Bictini? The BBC. That's a good one. That's a good.
Oh shit!
What's
So
it
I
actually stand for? Like big banana, like colada
something.
or something?
I couldn't tell you, but I did go to the bar, and I will
Let
have
me get
one
that BBC.
BBC.
I need that BBC in my mouth now.
I could never.
I don't give a
Give me
shit.
that BBC. Tea bags and let me get a BBC and a tea bag, please.
Right now.
Like, yo, can you order this for me?
Yeah,
Bro, I probably didn't care. I probably I think I drank for those resorts. You're just drinking nonstop. It's all I say. It's free.
Oh,
as
our
if you
dad.
don't.
All our dads used to make fun of us over the tea bag shit all the time.
Oh, yeah.
We always said the same thing. We're just like, we don't fucking care. They're delicious, and we're
Yeah, I
gonna
know.
be fucked.
Oh yeah, no. But I'm just like, BBC. Come on, man. Like I'm
I
like,
think my dad
you
got
know what you're
maced.
doing.
And Andy saw my dad
You
get
know
maced
what
at that
you
same
did.
bar,
That's
and I wasn't
fact.
there for it.
That's fact. And then
He got hit with pepper
questioned
spray.
me, was like, yo, swear on our friendship, swear on our life. You're not lying to me. I was like, bro,
I
why
thought you were
the fuck would
pulling a
I
rib.
lie to you about that?
I 100% thought you were ribbing me. I even said that in the text. I was like, "Is this a rib?" I'm pretty sure that was my exact response.
Yeah. You were like,
Actually, you
yo,
probably
swear,
called me, but even still, I was just like, "Is this a rib?"
swear on our, and that's the same weekend that your mom thought that I was, or your mom's friend thought I was a random stranger that got
Yeah,
in the car with
Mama
everybody.
Mama Lupo. She saw all the boys walking down the street. This is after my father got pepper sprayed. So like now they're like on a mad dash to like find everybody because everybody's kind of separated at this point for some reason. And so they're looking for my dad. They're looking for Mr. Turner. They're looking for a few of the boys, including Andy, but Mama Lupe never met Andy. So she just sees a bunch of like my brother's friends and my friends walking down the street. and she sees Andy, and she calls my mom. She's like, "Hey, there's a guy I don't know walking with everybody."
Is that what she said?
Hold on, I'm getting to it.
Wait for it.
She's like, "He says he's staying at your house," and my mom's like, "Who is it?" And she just goes, "I don't know, some black guy." And my
Doesn't
mom
sound like
goes,
Andy at all.
and then my mom goes, "Black guy? I don't know no black guy." And then like it took her like a minute, and then like all of a sudden she remembered that Andy was staying with us, and she goes, "Oh, Andy, no, I know him. Pick him up."
The police are on their way, sir.
Almost
Step
got
away.
left.
Almost got the cops called on you.
Again.
They may as well just sprinkle some crack on you and get out of there.
Right?
We were
Right?
arrested for being black on a Friday night.
Oh my
Right?
God! If you got a WWB walking while black, if you got a WWB while you were supposed to be at our house, I would have been pretty upset. And then I would have been like, "It's okay if you were ribbing me about my dad. I feel bad about this now."
Word after the fact of that all went down too.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking unbelievable.
Oh.
It's just,
Fun times.
Yeah, man.
man.
That was like one of your first times coming down to LBI with us too, I think, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we had OTW that day or that night, and we went right
Yeah, yeah.
after.
And we went right after, yeah.
From the tiki bar to OTW. Could you imagine? All right.
That's
Let's
where
go.
the wrestling is.
Well, that's why you do the tiki bar on Sunday, because wrestling's on Saturday.
All right, we gotta wrestle, man.
Fact,
See ya.
I'm
Did
down.
either of you ever wrestle anyone that was or have to like not like wrestle someone that was under the influence, perhaps? Or maybe Chris, have you had an experience of this?
I've wrestled someone drunk before. Andy.
Wow.
In
mean-
his defense, so was I.
Well, there you go.
We were drinking all day.
That's when I got the knot on my head. Yeah, I remember that.
Five-star match.
No, I'm not even kidding.
Plus
So-
or minus.
This is a good one. Like, all right, so Andy, as you remember, me and you were supposed to work UWC that night, but before we did that, at OTW, we had PR Appreciation Day, to which we drank 4 bottles of champagne,
Maybe 5.
maybe 5. And after that, we know we're wrestling each other at a UWC show that night, and then we get there, and like I'm pretty sure your mom drove us because she knew we were drinking all day, obviously. So she was like, "I'm gonna have to drive to the other show." So she drives us to the other show, and then we meet up with I believe it was the Unholy Alliance, I'm assuming, and of course Lois and Warhead and all the regulars. And they made us start drinking. Made us. Andy vouched for me here. Like they were like, "Here,
That's
take
a
this."
That was a fact.
And they just start handing us shots, and we're already like half in the bag.
Those
by
were
the time-
horsemen's waiting for us too. They weren't normal shots. They were horsemen.
Oh God!
from
Well, I don't
Unholy
do
Alliance.
the Horsemen's, and they know that. But I know I did other shots with you guys instead, because Unholy Alliance knew that I didn't do a horseman shot.
Yeah, they had a horseman waiting for me when I got there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, me and you went out there and we put a real barn burner on, I believe.
Yeah,
we always
You-
had good matches there.
Wait. Was this literal in this case?
I know.
we might have burnt down a barn.
Okay.
it's a good possibility.
Statute
That's
of
when I got
limitations
the-
might be up, so
That's why I took the stage with my face, because that was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun.
yeah.
Remember when I Shawn Michael'd myself on the apron when you back body dropped me over the top rope?
Yes.
Ugh.
And I
Yeah.
literally landed like bottom, like almost like down by like the bottom of the spine, just like right on the
Yep.
apron. And
Mm.
I need to find that video.
Oh,
'cause I
that kind of
know-
Shawn Michaels. I was like, wait, did
Yeah,
you skin the
yeah.
cat?
No. Like when Shawn Michaels hit the casket,
Not this
No,
time.
I literally
Click.
took like that same bump on the side of the apron coming down, getting back body dropped over. And like at the time, I remember like I was like, I'm all right, okay, you know, that hurt, but I'm good. And then like as soon as we got backstage and sat down, like I'm pretty sure like
Broke
I
my
was telling
back.
you, I was just like, yeah, everything's like locked up. I can't even take my boots off now. Like I can't bend over. Like it's so bad. And I need to find a video of that because I know that I have it. It might even be on YouTube, but
It exists somewhere.
yeah.
Can I ask what kind of champagne this was? And
Oh, it was most
it
likely, I would assuming that it was OTW and it was probably Jim Molyneux on the hook for buying it. It had to be $4 champagne Bambi.
what kind of champagne was it?
$4 champagne Bambi.
$4 champagne.
$4 champagne. My bad. Now that's literally just for us. That's literally just for me and you. Nobody else here gets that. Maybe Skylar, but I don't think so.
I'll say this. There's plenty of people. There's plenty of people that say that joke, but nobody else really gets it.
No, I was there. I was there.
He was there.
I was. I wish Matt Butler still had those videos.
Oh my god.
He had a whole video of you ranting about chocolate. Talking about Hershey Park and how they make chocolate there and how excited you were. You weren't going to Hershey Park. You weren't planning a vacation to Hershey Park. You just got really excited talking about Hershey Park.
Yeah.
In his defense, Hershey Park does kind of kick ass.
Oh, dude, I love Hershey Park.
Yeah.
I went to Hershey Park for my senior trip, and it was an overnight trip, and it was fucking awesome because like they kept the park open just for schools. So there was like a bunch of other schools there, but like not as many people as would normally be there during the day. So like the lines were like nothing. So we got to ride everything we wanted.
I inadvertently snuck into Bruce Springsteen at Hershey Park.
I was supposed to go see Blink-182 in Lincoln Park at Hershey Park, and then
ouch.
Yeah.
You can still see Blink-182 at Hershey Park Stadium for crazy expensive.
$479.68. Oh no, wait, sorry. That's just the fees. I'm sorry. Total.
I got to look into the When You Were Young stuff out here because I heard that they're already sold out. So I don't even know.
I thought that happened already.
They're doing another one, and Blink-182 and Green Day's headlining this year's.
Oh shit, that's a good one.
So that will probably, the fees on that alone will probably be about $1,258.03.
All the festivals.
I think that's like the cheaper way to go. Like other than buying, like if you buy a ticket to like a Blink-182 show, you're going to be spending like a shitload of money, right? But like if you buy a ticket to something like Warped Tour or this thing, where like if you get tickets when they first come out, it's probably like what, like a few $100, and you get to see like 30 bands, 50, like 30, 40 bands. It's like, all right, I'd rather do that than spend like $400 just to see Blink-182 in an opener.
Right.
Wasn't it like Turnstile?
But I don't know. I'm going to see if I can find tickets to that because since I live here now, it just kind of makes sense for me to go.
Yeah, why not?
Makes sense.
It's not like I have to pay for like a hotel or an airplane. Like there's going to be so many people traveling in for that. And it's just like, I just get to go home. And go to sleep.
That is nice.
I can stop and get a snack on the way back, you know? It's all good.
Not pay $50 for like a hot dog or box popcorn.
He just snuck that shit up his ass and walked in.
Or get paid with a hot dog and a box of popcorn.
Hey. And a pretzel. Can't forget the pretzel.
Wait,
pretzel gimmicks are on the way home.
Wait, you guys got paid?
You guys are getting paid?
You guys got paid pretzels too?
Chris,
do you know about this?
We usually just. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. UWC did have those pretzels. I forgot about that.
Yep. They were always cold and horrible.
Can you heat this up?
It's sad.
So like, there's an envelope with this, right? Yes. All right. Cool. I'll take a pretzel then.
Yeah.
I think they paid us in Christmas cookies one time.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I was pretty mad about that.
We were like, we can't afford to pay anybody, but we have all these Christmas cookies. Help yourself.
Oh God.
Some bullshit.
Pretty sure that happened. Pretty sure I wrestled Dave Davis that night.
No, that must have been a fun night.
Oh, yeah, it's always fun wrestling Dave. I miss Dave too, and I don't know if Dave has ever listened to any of this, but shout out to him anyway, because he's like one of the few people that like Like we don't talk, we don't do anything, but like if he sees something, like I post something like good in my life, he'll like it. Like, not that I have social medias anymore, but when I did have the Instagrams and shit like that, I'd be like, hey, I'm really excited about this. This is what I'm doing. And Dave would always like it and like, you know, show his support. So like he's a good dude. Plus he was just like a fun dude to work with in the locker room and in the ring. So shout out to him. Making me think of all the OTW guys now.
Good old day. I miss him.
Yeah.
I miss them all.
Have you ever wrestled down there in the like I guess it's the H2O arena now, whatever you want to call it? Like
No.
have you worked there since Jim Molyneux stopped running the building, basically?
So Perry hit me up about doing a show down there, but I think I was either double booked or something happened. I wasn't able to make it. But I see Eddie Hawkins stuff all the time, and he's still running that building. That's
Eddie's
his
running it?
home. Well, he's not running it, but like he's still doing his thing.
Oh
over there.
yeah.
But I don't know. It's far.
No, I know. We were just talking about that earlier. Like before you signed on, I was just saying to the other guys, like, I can't believe that we literally drove like 3 hours and change. You know, that's one way every Saturday for like, I did it for 6 years. You've been doing it for even longer than that. Like
3:45 one way.
Mm.
And that's when we didn't go to AC.
Yeah, because then you got to take you got to take it all the way back home, and it's another 3 hours. Like usually, like the way home was usually worse sometimes, but the way there, I could usually get there. No, you don't think so?
Well, the way home being worse?
Yeah. No, I'm
Oh,
saying
yeah,
the other,
no,
I see Bruce and Chris shaking their heads. They disagree.
Nah, I agree with you.
No.
Because I felt like getting out there was like never really that much of a problem, unless there was like a bad accident or something like that. But like coming home, it's like always traffic. And of course, like you just want to get home, so it makes it feel even worse.
Well, going
Especially-
down, and if you ever went down in the summertime, like forget it, because
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, you're right. But like
It's-
we usually didn't wrestle as much in the summer
that's
because
true.
we would close down for the summer and only do like one
There's
show a month.
no air conditioning in the building, so it'd be
Yeah,
like
that's right.
that's like that I feel like that's like the most indie wrestling thing is just like, oh, there's a show in July. Fuck.
Dude, you never saw the old Monster Factory before we changed buildings. You should have seen that building.
No,
if you
I
wanted to
never.
see what a real indie building
Oh,
looks like.
man.
You know what an industrial fan looks like?
Of course.
Cool. Well, the nice room got the industrial fan. We got a little crack open in the in the garage door.
You sprinkled a
Also-
little crack in the garage door?
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's what
Also,
kept us cool.
the room that the heels were in was literally just like garbage storage. So there's just be like 20 bags of garbage in the room while the heels are in there just changing. So like when it got up to like 100 degrees, you just smell like fucking hot garbage and sweat anyway,
Mhm.
because it's a locker room.
Wait,
But yeah, that was the old building before we moved, which was also the Monster Factory back in the day. But that's
Oh.
that I was only there for like a little bit. Like I was only there for maybe less than a year. You trained there
Yeah.
originally, and you ran out of that building for what, your first like 3-4 years before I joined you?
Probably longer than that.
Probably
like
longer
4 or
than that.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when Larry Sharp was around. And it was
Yeah, that's
Ed
right, yep.
and Larry. Yeah,
At
I
least
mean
I
that
got
building.
Ed. At least I got some of Ed, because I remember the guys who came in after us, or after me, I should say. Me and you used to talk about it all the time. We used to say like, man, these young kids,
They
I
missed
feel
out.
I'm so happy for them that they don't have to deal with Ed being here, because they probably never get some of the shine that they get if Ed was here. But at the same time, it's a really, really, like, it's sad that they don't know Ed, because the
Those were
dude was
good
just
times.
like, yeah, I mean, he was
Those
a
were
crazy
great
Canadian who just had no filter and would just watch the show like out in the crowd with like no shirt on, just playing with his belly button while all the wrestlers are in. And if you fucked up like in the match, he'd just start yelling at you, like while there's like an audience out there. What the fuck are you doing?
Good times. Good times.
Oh my god. And then if he didn't like your match, he would run back into the locker rooms and just tell us all to schmoz it. Like he was just like, this match is the drizzling shits. Get out there and schmoz. And we would just go, okay, and just go running out, and just all the heels beat up all the faces beat up all the heels.
fun time.
I feel like a
Ed
hot.
Atlas.
I feel like a
Is that
hot.
like a dusty finish?
Yeah, it's an Ed Atlas finish. That's what that is.
Oh,
That's
I
trademark.
feel
Ed
like
Atlas.
the smell from just a bit between. I don't want to stereotype wrestling fans, but
it's
some
easy
of
to
them
do. So
some of them need instructions on how to shower.
Some of them.
I don't want to say just wrestling fans. If you go to like a Comic-Con, you have the same. I think New York Comic-Con's literally like
Nerds.
sent-
What you're saying
like,
is
li-
nerds.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Nerds need to learn how to shower, which I totally
There's-
agree.
there's
You ever
some,
walk
but-
into like Dragon's Den and it just smells like Burger King onion rings in there?
Dragons Den.
Yeah.
I'm dead.
Are they still open? Are they still open?
I don't know. They've shifted locations because they just
I
don't pay
know.
their taxes
Yes,
or
I
their
just
rent, so
can't
they just
remember
move
where they are.
locations every 6 months. Like I'm not even making that up.
No,
they just
I'm-
don't
I
pay
know.
their rent.
You're not wrong.
And then when they get kicked out, they just go find a new spot and fucking and
Like they were in the last. I
and they
know,
just
were
squat.
in-
They're just squat. Like
They
that's
were
what
in
they're
that- like they were in that mall.
doing. Mhm.
If you even want, if you
Over
can
by
even
Toys
call
R
it
Us and
that,
shit.
yeah. So, but like, I don't know.
Then they
I
moved
probably-
across the street. Then they moved deeper into the city of Poughkeepsie, and it's just like
Mhm.
I feel like I've been hearing that it just keeps moving every like 6 months to a year because they
You are
just don't pay
correct.
their rent.
Oh, you're not gonna find us now. We're in the same town.
Which is hilarious. It's hilarious that like people will still rent out to them, given their track record at this point.
Yeah, right. I know, but I mean, listen. Maybe they're like, oh, maybe they'll do it right this time. But I feel like from like one of those indie shows where it's like hot, hot building, middle of the summer, poor hygiene fans, wrestler. I'm sure there's not a proper shower in any of those locker rooms. So you got like wrestler, just like it feels like you just open the door and just fucking get hit with it. Is what I imagine. Like just hell sometimes. Shout out to fans that go to some of those shows though, where it's like hot as balls in the building, because like for me I'd be like, ooh man, this kind of sucks. So I couldn't imagine either working it or just being that dedicated to be like, oh, I'm gonna be here for 4 hours, man, let's go. But
I love them though, 'cause without them we wouldn't be able to
Yeah,
have a
for
show.
sure.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I've seen some of the most dedicated fans too come and be like, it'd be like shitty outside. And they're like, nope,
Mhm.
we're still having the show. So me and CJ would stupidly get in the car and trek 3 hours and 45 minutes down to Jersey in a fucking snowstorm. And there'd be people there, sure enough. I mean, we might have to convince, the one guy that's riding with us that it's too bad to drive back to New York so we go to AC, but tomato, tomato.
That was funny. We basically tricked Bobby into staying in AC with us. Oh yeah, no, it's snowing really bad at home. We should just go to AC. There was like an inch.
Reasonable.
Mhm.
I mean, there was more in AC.
I started texting people from home. They were just like, "There's like really nothing."
It's terrible.
Actually,
So
it did get really bad by us, and like it made it look like it was bad, and I just
Mm.
kind of like played it up like it was going to be worse, like as we went along. Meanwhile, it was probably like we were probably almost at the end of it, and we just drove back. We just turned around into it again.
Let's just always circle in the worst part of this. This will be great.
We're just circling around the eye of the storm.
But I feel like hey, Northeast Wrestling doesn't have these problems. I feel like the buildings they run are in tip-top shape.
For the most part.
We're
but
calling the
very
Civic Center tip top shape.
Long time.
Listen, hey,
That's the new garden.
No, I've always liked the Civic Center, especially for wrestling shows. I think they've always, whether it's WWE and NEW, anybody, like they've always had like good setups and
those bleacher seats are
Yeah, I never actually sat in the bleacher seats. I always like tried to get a little close.
No,
Yo,
you did. I was with you.
That place
Oh, wait,
was home.
we did
to
We were
the
at
main-
that's
we,
right.
we were at that NXT show a couple years ago, and we were in the
Okay,
bleachers.
yeah. Usually for the other ones though, I didn't. But
No,
you know what? I
I've-
just thought of another NEW one that I did too. I think the first one I went to, I was in the bleachers. But
Oh, I remember the house. No, the
House
house.
of Hardcore.
Your boy is on Impractical Jokers from that. I'm the only one out of us that managed to get on camera. Were you? See, now I got to go back and watch it again. Were
Chris is
you?
winning.
Shit, Chris, are
I'll
you on
say
camera
it-
for that? I gotta go back and watch that too.
Me and Mitch were on it.
Wow, that's funny.
It was when
I
they
have to
filmed
check into that.
when they filmed the punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
because
like,
we were
We were
there
taking
and
shots
we're
of the
like,
crowd, and we were rowdy as fuck. And
I remember at the beginning, I think like Tommy Dreamer was like, yeah, they're filming for and they didn't say what it was. They're like, yeah, they're filming for a TV show tonight. So like, we'll let you know when that
when it
happens.
comes, he was kind of like,
When you know, or
when it
something.
happens, you'll know, kind of thing. He was just like, when it happens, it's not especially wrestling related, but we're doing it for a TV show. I can't tell you what it is, but when it happens, you'll know. That was kind of the message he gave
Oh,
out.
there it is. All right. So, all right, Chris just sent me like a screenshot of it.
And then we just saw Cutie Pie walking through the curtain.
Yeah. I wish if we knew who it was, and I wish
Immediately
looking back,
as soon as we saw him, we were like, "That's
but
cute."
I wish we played along because we would have been on
Yeah.
camera the whole time. If we were like, "Get this guy, where's the fucking wrestling? Get this clown out of here." We would have been on for like 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah,
You know what?
probably.
Funny story about that picture I sent. So the picture I sent was Mitch
Here,
sitting
I'll-
like front row, and I was in the second row. We
For
didn't know
anyone,
each other.
this is if you're on YouTube, that's just it's very piss poor, but it's barely loading. But there you go
Yeah. So
for the YouTube audience.
For the YouTubes.
we didn't know each other yet. We didn't know each other yet, and then like a month later, we were both in House of Hardcore school together.
After seeing Cutie Pie.
But we didn't know each other in that picture. We had not met yet.
That's
That's
crazy.
pretty funny though.
That's
I
wild.
didn't realize I was sitting right behind him in that show.
Yeah.
It's crazy the amount of wrestling like they've been involved in. I know they're fans, but like they were just on AEW. Like Murr got like power bombed through the table on top of Q or whatever. I don't know. Like I don't know if they just did that for AEW or if that's something for.
It looks like they had
Jokers.
MJF on their show too.
Oh, okay.
That's probably why.
Yeah, they just
That's
had
gotta be why.
their show.
Because they had Chris Jericho on too, not like at some point.
Yeah.
So I'm sure. I mean, obviously that was.
But that has to be it. It's got to be like an inner promotional thing that they're
Yeah.
just doing.
It's like
But,
I know it's like the similar network, so that helps too.
Q-
But
Q and Sal are like definitely fans though.
Yeah.
Which is funny because like you see them at shows a lot,
mhm.
and they're always wearing the shirts.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure. But it was just like God, I wish we would have known better to play along.
Yeah,
Man.
is what it is. But
Yeah.
we're all over that Impact pay per view. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah,
We're
we
all
are.
over that one.
That was you. That was you, me, and Anthony. Yeah.
Yeah, just fucking being like the biggest marks in the place.
We knew for that.
Yeah,
It was like
we
we
were
had.
like,
we
oh,
had
they're filming a pay per view. Yeah, let's all right. Let's
remember
just be
Anthony
really
flash-
obnoxious
I
so we
remember-
get it.
I
So we
remember
get some
An-
camera time here.
Anthony flashing the money when Beer Money came out, and he got like I was
Yeah.
like, oh fuck, good one.
Yep.
It's incredible, like looking at that because fuck, that was I think that was 10 years ago, and like you look at the guys that were on that show, and it's like I think you had like Samoa Joe, you had Jeff Hardy, Abyss.
Jeff Harvey.
Oh shit,
Jeff Harvey.
fuck man, but like the guy, like that Impact roster, like I feel like you forget how Nick Aldis, whatever, Magnus,
Yeah.
just a lot of dudes on that
Is AJ
roster that are
Styles
still
still
around.
around?
Now. I think so.
When did he join WWE?
It was later. It was like 2015 or 16. I can't remember. But
Yeah.
I think he probably was there. Like Eric Young, guys like that. Beer Money, obviously.
Yeah.
As I mentioned. But man, EC3 probably.
I haven't actually watched that pay per view in so long. I can't even remember.
I know. I'm sure if you look at it was like one of their weird like whatever like pay-per-view series they did. I can't remember what it was called. Like it had nothing to do with like whatever show was actually on like TV. It was just like, oh, we're gonna film all these random shows and then put them
I
on
just thought it was
pay-per-view.
like it's really weird that to me that they were just pre-filming a pay per view
Yeah, no, I know, right, and it's
because
almost
it wasn't
like
even
it doesn't.
live. It was just like we're pre-taping this, and they told and like we knew that going in.
Yeah,
Like it was a pre-taped like
right, and it's just like okay, this is just like a house show. How does it fit with like the TV and stuff? Some companies are I don't know. I feel like some companies are weird with that. I've said it numerous times on here. I hated how Ring of Honor used to do TV. How like they'd have the pay-per-view and then the next week's TV wouldn't have no mention of the pay-per-view. Like if you watch WrestleMania and then turned on Monday Night Raw the next night and they didn't mention WrestleMania at all, you'd be like, what the hell? Like, what is this?
Nah, we're on the next season.
Yeah, right.
We're not
Yeah,
talking
right.
about the past. We're building up for the next Mania.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, like we're just like if they like nothing related. It's just it was always so weird to me. So I guess yeah, those like random Impact pay-per-views where they'd have like title matches and stuff. It just like I don't know. It just makes no sense. It feels like you're I don't know, booking yourself like it's a house show, but not everything. You don't have to tape everything, I guess. Or you do. I don't. What the fuck do I know? They probably charge $10 on pay-per-view. Maybe 5 people bought it. I don't know.
Content, baby, content.
I get it.
I have a question.
Go.
Speaking of WrestleMania, how far away are we from the next one?
I don't know, like 5 weeks, give or take, a month.
Oh,
Probably a
God,
month.
Oh God, they still have to build that for a month.
Yeah, maybe
we still have
it's
to
like 3-4
will they
weeks.
won't they with Sammy and Kevin for that long?
It seemed well, yeah. I mean, the story makes sense if we're gonna go with current stuff. Why should Kevin Owens trust Sami Zayn? It's a great story they're telling. They're doing it well. The storytelling is the best that it's been in. And it's probably just the entire bloodline stuff.
Jey Uso broke my heart.
Yeah, he did.
I saw it coming, but he broke my heart.
They could have let that go a little longer, in my opinion. But again, I'm nitpicking at this point. At some point, you have to establish that the Usos are, together.
I was kind of this is like fantasy booking in my head. Like he was like threatening if Jay didn't come back by SmackDown that Jimmy had to pay for or whatever. And I was hoping like maybe Jay would reluctantly come back so he didn't beat the shit out of Jimmy like he did back at Hell in a Cell a few years ago. And you kind of come full circle with that story. And then you get the tag match and Jay's just like, fuck this, I'm out. And then Sammy.
Right. Yeah. They can get there. I mean, I don't know. This is like, I always watch WrestleMania, but this is the first Mania in a long time where I'm like, all right, this should be a good one.
Yes.
Got a lot of invested matches.
Yeah. Even they did good with the John Cena stuff. Pretty much running down Austin Theory.
He fucking dug Austin Theory 6 feet under and then dug another 6 feet.
Yeah, it's fine.
And he defended his bald spot while he was at it.
This is true.
Yeah.
Gotta defend.
Yeah,
but
fucking
Theory's. I feel like Theory's got to get that win at WrestleMania. So it's probably
the
worse he makes him look now. I guess the better it makes him look.
Yeah.
Later, I guess I don't know. I don't really like that kind of train of thought. Like,
right.
I know me and Andy, like our whole kind of training and promos was always kind of like build up your opponent because why would you unless there was like a certain angle involved where you're just like I'm gonna fucking squash this dude, but like unless if it was like anything else, you kind of like have to build them up in like a way where you could still get your heat in, but you're not just going to be like, oh, I'm going to murder this dude, because then when you come out and lose, how does that make you look?
Right.
Now, it's especially like the way we always looked at it.
Especially because I feel like you're not going to see John Cena until WrestleMania. So it's going to just be, I guess, Austin Theory doing whatever he's going to do for the next few weeks.
No, I bet you'll see Cena at least one more time because Fox is going to go, hey, why did USA get fucking John Cena? Why can't we have John Cena for a show?
No. I mean, I guess the networks go back and forth like that.
Come on, I don't know. They have creepy looking Vince fucking running.
I did hear he was backstage and has a mustache.
And like it's dyed black in his hair. His hair and the mustache are dyed black.
He came back.
That sounds terrifying.
Vince McMahon did like the
Vince
fakest.
McMahon came back. Vince McMahon came
he
back
basically was undercover boss.
The glasses and the
yeah, with the Marco.
He's trying to get a second free sample at Costco.
I even heard that he kind of stuck into the building and like they were trying to like gauge how people would react to it. Which I hope they were all like, I'm going this way now.
Yeah. See?
See?
Oh, no.
With the Groucho Marx glasses.
Why are you talking like that? Because I'm getting buried, see?
He's just got a cigar and like a fedora.
Oh.
Yeah. We're gonna go to Idaho. We're gonna go Hawaii.
We're gonna go to Vermont.
I'm gonna go home and fuck my wife.
So far I'm amazed that for all the shit about Vince coming back, that's like, okay, it still seems like Hunter's running shit.
Yeah.
Except for Brock Lesnar and almost, I feel like
I was
the,
about to say,
Yeah, I
That's-
mean, but okay,
dude, these
but
listen.
are all
apparently
tests.
Brock totally signed off on that.
these are all
Listen.
tests, man. He's trying to like see how far he can get himself back in.
But like, okay, listen, and okay, fine. Could they do better? Like, because listen, I want Brock Lesnar and Gunther pretty badly
Oh, but
because they'll
that's
just beat
what
the
we
fuck
were.
out of each other.
That's what we were hoping
We
for.
we said that, or yeah, I think we said that on here. But I feel like I don't know, they're just gonna go for the big spot where Brock suplexes Omos or whatever. I don't know what they're gonna do, but
F5 sim, it looks impressive.
yeah, but in the grand in the
What's
grand scheme of what the Mania card looks like, it's not the worst thing in the world. I'm not saying it's gonna be like good. They could do a lot better, but
They should have just blown off Lashley and Brock there.
yeah, weird.
I
that-
said that too. That should have been a thing.
But then they
yeah, it's
threw
weird
Br-
because it
but-
was a DQ, and then like I don't know, that was kind of weird. Maybe they'll revisit at some point, but
yeah, but then they threw
at
in
SummerSlam because Brock will be gone for 4 months, or he might be done anyway. I don't fucking know.
But it's like at the last minute they threw Bray Wyatt into it. And it's just like, it's like, okay, I got whoever wins that match. It's like,
Yeah,
why?
yeah.
Why? You can't even figure out your own fucking storyline right now. And you're gonna make your WrestleMania match? Come on, dude. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my patience with that storyline.
I think that Bray Wyatt knows exactly what he's doing with that storyline.
I know. Well, he knew exactly what he was
I
doing with a
think that
bunch of
you're
other
just being
storylines.
I think you're just being impatient.
Hmm.
I think
There are things I
This-
could
I
say
think this
right
story
now,
is
but
a slow burn
Hmm.
that you just need to wait and just watch
Yeah.
and let
Right.
it blossom.
you
Right,
know I'm
like-
like one of the biggest Bray Wyatt defenders.
I
too.
do, and I'm trying to help you because I'm telling you, if they are letting Bray get the kind of creative freedom that I'm sure that he kind of deserves, because the guy obviously has a lot of input into his character and everything else. I'm pretty sure that when Bray came back, he said, "This is the plan. This is what I want to do," and I'm pretty sure everything's lined up all the way to WrestleMania.
I just hope that
Exactly how he wants it.
I'm just
Because
really
like
hoping-
not everything. I hope they get away from like not everything has to be blown off. I know the big stuff is gonna always blows off at Mania, but this Bray Wyatt stuff doesn't have to be done by any means. It's not a main event. It's not,
I think
just
something
keep it
significant
going.
I think something significant should happen. Just
Something
it doesn't have
can.
to be the the climax of the angle, but
No,
And
but
listen,
I think
something.
it
Listen,
should be the
and I-
debut of what, like, some more of these characters. If the Wyatt Six thing is to
Right.
come to fruition, I think
And
that
listen,
it doesn't need to be the entire Wyatt Six, but if
No.
you bring in another new character at WrestleMania, that
Right.
should be something.
right. And I know certain people are getting a little impatient because they want certain
Certain
people,
people.
that may or may not be rumored to
Skylar.
be. I'm not talking about Skylar. I'm just saying there's certain people that might be
Wait, what?
impatient because there's certain people that might be part of this whole Wyatt thing that people are itching for that debut, but it doesn't have to be. Slow down.
Get
If
there.
it's gonna happen, it'll come.
We'll get there.
Nice subtlety.
You like, yeah, you yeah.
I liked
you
it. I
you
liked
that?
it.
I said
liked
what I said without saying much.
Without saying it.
but I think everyone got there.
Moving on.
Yep.
I guess Ronda Rousey's too injured to do anything.
Oh well. Oops.
Really?
Yeah, no, they made Damage Control versus Becky, Lita, and Trish.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
Because everyone assumed it was going to be Becky and Lita against Ronda and Shayna.
They can still
Oh,
do that
that
at some
would have
point.
been nice.
I don't know. I'm kind of over Ronda Rousey, I guess.
I was over Ronda Rousey a long time
It was
ago.
always just, it was it's funny because like you look at like Brock Lesnar who was in the UFC and was dominant for a while, but I don't know, it was weird, like it was more believable for like John Cena to beat him or something, whereas like Ronda Rousey coming in and like it's almost like a weird double standard. Like I'm supposed to believe like Liv Morgan can beat Ronda Rousey.
Did.
What about Shayna Baszler?
No, right. No, but I feel like she's one of the few believable ones where you're like, oh yeah, no, she could. And it's such a weird thing to like I know you have to suspend the disbelief, but it's just like especially when you're promoting Ronda Rousey as like you have no choice. It's Ronda Rousey, like that. Like people know who she is. It's not like you're not hiding the UFC stuff and how dominant she was. It's hard to suspend it when it's like, some like Alexa Bliss for like that little bit when I think when Rousey first came in, it was like no fucking chance. Come on. Whereas like Brock Lesnar comes in and you're like, oh yeah, whatever. Him and Goldberg went at it a bunch, like Roman Reigns and all that. I don't know. It was always hard to be like, why isn't Ronda Rousey beating all these people in 10 seconds?
I think part of that might even have to do with the fact that like WWE doesn't have like that many striking women. I feel like those and they don't have many big women either. Like they don't have like a lot of the females that they
Sonya
had back in the day.
Deville.
Yeah, Sonya Deville is one.
Right.
But they don't use her like one.
Yeah, exactly. They've been having her play like fake GM for the past like whatever. So, there's just not many in the roster that I feel like have that type of character and that type of believability that goes along with it, other than the few that we've mentioned already. But I guess like Mercedes Martinez, maybe like she's like 8 feet tall, so maybe like she can get in the mix, I guess. But it's hard because like meanwhile on the men's side of things, like you mentioned names like Goldberg and Roman Reigns and like all these guys who are not only like huge dudes themselves, but like they're also like hard hitters in the ring. Like that's their whole gimmick. And it's just like they put up fights, and John Cena and all those guys, they put up fights and they're hard hitters and they're strong as fuck and yada yada yada.
Right.
So it's like I feel
and
like
maybe and I guess maybe that's the difference, because I know like obviously Ronda Rousey could fucking punch, but she would make everyone tap.
Yeah,
like that was her thing too. So I think maybe because Brock Lesnar was more of just like, all right, I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of you and knock out, TKO, whatever he had to do. So I guess maybe that plays into it too. But yeah, I think that's where, because you're like, all right, what are we doing with this Ronda Rousey stuff? And I don't know. And then there was always the shit where she would pretty much like bash wrestling in interviews, and that I know that would always, and I don't know if that was part of her gimmick or not. Like, oh, I don't even belong here, whatever she was trying to do. I don't know if it was part of the gimmick, but it's, I guess, still pissed soured fans on that, whether it was kayfabe or not.
So what you're trying to say is we need to get our way to Brock Lesnar versus Ronda Rousey.
I'll watch.
I think it'd be competitive at least.
But it was funny, like because like before she was there full time, and she just did the one-off when she, like what, I forget which Mania it was, when she like took down like Triple H or whatever that match was, and she made like
Triple
Stephanie
H
tap.
and Stephanie versus Kurt Angle and Stephanie.
She judo hit him with the judo throw.
Yeah, that was it. Like
Judo
that, like all that stuff was cool.
But
And
no
then, I don't
judo
know.
chop.
No, not a judo chop, but a judo hip toss. And that's like a legit hip toss. Like a wrestling hip toss is that's a different animal than a judo hip toss.
Yes.
Judo flip.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy knows I don't take hip tosses.
I remember the last time you did, I sat in the hospital with you for fucking 12 hours.
Dude, when I separated my shoulder, that was on a botched hip toss, and that was when I needed the surgery. Well, actually, no, that's not when I needed the surgery from a thing from work. But I'm pretty sure that this is kind of what kicked that off.
Just go to work and slam a cell, boss.
Well, first I got slammed on it, and I thought I thought it was dislocated because I felt the bone up in the skin when it happened. Like I was just like, yeah, it was bad. And after that,
this does not feel like it should be here.
Yep. And after that, when I healed up and came back to wrestling, I was able to do everything, no problems. Like I got back in the ring and started doing everything, no problems. I could post for a suplex, a body slam, and anything. But for some reason, like I couldn't get over like the psychological part of a hip toss for like a long time. And it just got to a point where I was like, fuck it, I don't take them anymore.
Man,
okay.
I wouldn't.
Especially
from who it was. I wouldn't have wanted to take
I don't know.
Again,
I don't know, man. I think, like I said, I think it was just like a mental block thing in my head, because like anytime I went to go in for one after that, I was just like, I didn't jump right. I would bail. You know what I mean? Like I would like kind of like semi jump and then just like, nope, just kind of bail out. Nope. And like, I couldn't get over it. And like, I was just, because I still to this day in like all the injuries I've had in my entire life, and I've said this to anybody who's asked me, the most painful injury I've ever had was that one.
From a hip toss. Goddamn.
Yep.
Well, it's all the freak shit that's like you look at like someone like Draws where like that was just like that's such a routine move he got fucking paralyzed on. So it's like you never know.
Yeah.
One wrong.
And I'm
one
surprised
wrong
I didn't
move.
break like my collarbone or something like that. Like it could have very easily been something like that too. Like the way I landed, you know,
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna say like I could have broke my neck because it wasn't quite that drastic or that, you know, dramatic. But I like the way I slammed in my shoulder, I definitely could have done a lot more damage. So I guess I was lucky enough to where
What
you know
was
what happened. I
was the-
separated it was what the injury was. I separated my AC joint, so it was definitely not in the right spot, which is why I felt it.
What was the match? I think it was Triple H or Randy Orton like a decade ago. I forget which one of them, but wasn't that just like a simple over the top?
Fuck my shoulder. Fuck my collarbone.
Right, it was broke. It was like a broken collarbone,
I-
right? Just from a simple.
I have never forgotten that. I remember, like, I swear to God, like it takes like you just mentioned it, and I just got brought back to that moment in time. I was watching that pay-per-view with a group of friends, and we were all at one of my friends' house, all watching the match. Orton goes for the RKO. Triple H lifts him over the top rope and dumps him. And you just hear him hit the mat, slam. You know, you hear the thud of the mat, and then all of a sudden you just hear, "Fuck my collarbone." And me and everybody looked around and was like, and I know voices, like, and I'm pretty sure any of us would recognize Randy Orton's voice anyway if we heard it. But like,
It would
I'm
be
one
in
of those
my
people
head.
that like, yeah, I kind of got the joke that was in there. I know. I was as soon as I said it, I was just like, somebody's gonna make a dumb theme music joke, and not dumb.
You're
but,
welcome.
Yeah, there it is. But anyway, like as soon as I heard it, like I was just like, because the friends I was watching it with probably wasn't as familiar as we are with the product. I'll put it that way.
Right.
As soon as I heard it, I looked at everyone. I was like, that was Randy Orton. I think his collarbone's broken.
It was.
Sure
Boy,
enough.
howdy
it
was it?
totally was.
Wait, so
It
was
Is
was
he
that
coming back? Is he coming back anytime soon, or
I
is he, or is his like? I know his back is like fucked up, but
recent pictures? Like he looks pretty good.
yeah, but
I don't know.
yeah, but it's looking good. And then there's are you gonna continue to
Exactly.
wrestle?
Yeah. And honestly, is Matt Riddle coming back?
Well, he's had that was other stuff. He's gone off like
Yes.
not the deep end, but like he's got like there's like porn stars like saying
Hookers and-
shit about him.
hookers and
There's
blow,
like
basically.
yeah, he's literally oh god damn it.
I miss RK,
Wow.
bro.
Yeah,
So I didn't even realize he was in trouble like that.
He's
Like,
literally- he's
Oh
lit-
yeah, he got suspended.
he's literally just turning into Bender.
and you know it's not weed because they allow that now, right? You just have to pay a
Mm,
fine.
No, I don't. I want to say that it's just like just do it on your own time. Don't show up high.
Yeah, but I heard like if for some reason you piss hot in a test, you're not
It
going to get
used-
suspended over
I
it.
think that's what it
It's just
used to
like-
be, and they've just called it the weed tax.
I was about to say you just get taxed.
Yeah.
Because Randy Orton, I think it's a
Worst
worst
offender.
kept secret that yeah, thank you. Worst kept secret that he's a pothead.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
And that's
it
why
is what
him
it
and
is.
Riddle made sense.
Yeah. He literally did the
Bro.
t-shirts about it.
That too.
Let me ask Chris, what's going on in Northeast Wrestling or MLW, whatever? What's going on over there? Anything?
We have Northeast Wrestling this Saturday in Waterbury.
That's
and-
tomorrow for all you folks.
Oh yeah,
When
Yeah.
when you coming out to Vegas?
well, I'd love to come to Vegas.
Yeah.
Me, hopefully sooner than later.
Got a show booked out here. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Got,
I cut you off.
Then we have a show the following Saturday in Bethany, Connecticut. And then April, I was telling Andy, April is a very busy month every weekend. Actually, there's a Thursday show, the 6th, April 6th in Queens for MLW, and 2 days later on the 8th in Philly. And I think Philly, we're going to do our Battle Riot show there. So that'll be big. And then Northeast Wrestling is running the next 3 weekends after that, all through April, including April 15th, Civic Center.
I know I'm so mad at this because I'm flying home from California that day. So like the tickets I have are no good. I don't know if I can sell them to somebody or whatever.
You going to Disneyland?
I mean, technically yes for 2 days, but that's when I'm in. Yeah,
I knew it.
Yeah, I mean we're in San Diego with my in-laws, with my brother and sister-in-law the rest of the time. So
you gonna hang out with
He's
Matt
going
Butler?
to a whale's
Hey.
vagina.
Maybe I'll have to. Maybe I should drive out to San Diego this weekend and hang out with you and Butler.
Just saying, whenever in a
It's
month
like
when I'm there.
It's like a 5-hour drive for me now.
Yeah,
That's
in a
not-
month when I'm there, we'll just figure it out.
I do that drive. I'm doing that drive in like 2 weeks. That's not bad.
No, it's nothing. I could do that
Yeah,
for a
I used
weekend
to do
with
it
the
all the
boys.
time. Yeah,
Yeah. I gotta go Buffalo this weekend. That's 5.5 right there. Add a 7-year-old, you got maybe 6:15.
I was gonna say
At worst, it's kind of easier.
6 hours on a plane with a 2-year-old. I'm not looking forward
God
to,
help you.
to
God help
that. But
Have fun
God
with that.
help you.
the flights to Florida have been okay, but this is a whole new fucking
It's a new
animal.
animal.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Andy,
But,
how about you? What are you up to, man?
yeah.
You got what where are you working lately? What do you got coming up? How's the studio going? Do it all. Plug everything.
You shutting down the
Cool,
studio?
cool.
Shutting down the studio.
Shutting down the studio. Nah, studio's up and running. It's cool. We got a bunch of new shows coming out there. Shout out to the Party Never Stops podcast. They're doing their thing over there. They're doing their thing everywhere. They just did a 90s party here in Poughkeepsie, and it was fun and fantastic.
Fucking awesome.
Full send, right? Full send.
Full send.
We were both there in attendance for that. Nobody stood anyone else up. We were both there for that.
Fact. We both made it out at the same time for that one.
Good to know.
Right?
It was
But
before the heat.
yeah. There's always heat, brother. There's always heat.
This is when the Rockers were still together.
Rockers were still, yeah.
We're running out of windows at this
Still
point.
Is there a
jamming.
problem with the Rockers? I don't think so. Anyway.
Could you imagine if
Oh.
Sean kicks Marty through it, and then the next week they're like, "No, we're
We're fine.
We're good.
I said there was no problem.
We're good.
We took it back. It's
just,
cool.
just kicks him through a window again. The next week he tries again. Marty's just like,
I swear to
It's
God,
like, listen.
if you guys rip on me 13 or 14 more times,
All right, we keep on interrupting Andy's plugs here. Sorry.
No,
yeah,
you're
keep
good.
going,
You're
keep
good.
going. But
It's
What do
all
you got in the
good.
wrestling world going on, man? Where you hitting?
So this weekend I'll be in Lake Hiawatha for the Above Average Bash 4, his 4th installment for the show.
How is that show? Above average?
It's above average. Well,
All right.
it's a
That's
little
good.
bit
Above
more
average is
than
good.
above average because I'm on it. But
Oh, so now it's getting into.
it
It might be too good of a show now.
pretty much. I got to like kind of pull myself back.
Doesn't fit the gimmick, pal.
Right.
This show was
Um,
above average. Now it's good.
Now it's good. Good. If I try,
That's how much I raised it.
I'll be back at UWC at the end of this month, and then coming up, I know ACW is running out of. They're running a couple shows. I don't know if I can say exactly where just yet, but it's pretty local, pretty big, which will be awesome.
TBD.
Facts.
I mean, that's what I would
Facts.
say.
Facts.
It's good, man.
So
all right, good shit, man. So
trying to say
before we wrap
What-
this up,
Hold on, Andy.
go ahead.
Say hi to the UWC boys for me.
I got you. They always ask about you every time I'm down there. They're like,
well, tell them
"Yo."
I talked to you this week. Tell them I said hello.
they're like, when is he
Show
gonna
them
come and
this.
hang out? I'm like,
Mm.
listen,
Tell them to
I've
subscribe.
been trying. I've been trying.
Well, now I live quite far away, so
I
tell
mean,
them I
find
said
us a
hi from
venue.
Vegas. Tell them they want to book a show out in Vegas. I'll come to the show. I'll show up.
Oh, you brother won't even work it.
Oh, you'll work
I
the show?
didn't-
Is that what I heard?
I didn't say I'll work it. I didn't
All
say
right,
I'll
bet.
work it. I said I'll
Bet.
show up.
Matt, tag match.
And
Let's
I'll
go.
show up.
Run, just do a run in.
I might do a run in.
Do a run.
I'm okay with that.
I'll do a run in.
I'm
and Andy's
okay
match
with
and just
that.
beat the shit out of him and then leave and like never let him get his steam back.
Listen,
There we go.
well, I don't know about all
Doyle
that,
rules.
but
Coil rules.
I will be okay with that because that means that he's back in the ring and he's wrestling. Look at the itch.
If my knees
You know,
allow it.
classically interesting. One more run. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Good times. Good times.
Good times had by all.
There's one more thing I wanted to do quick before we wrap it up. As we get our own plugs out for us, if you want to follow this podcast, it's the number 6. I know there's confusion, but Jesus Christ, if you type the word 6, I swear to God, you fucks. It's the number 6. We're on Instagram at 6Man Tag Podcast. We're on Twitter at 6Man Tag, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all that. 6Man Tag Podcast. Give us a follow, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you know exactly when these videos post. It's no secret. It's usually Fridays at like 11 a.m. The podcast audio version's usually 7 a.m. on Apple and Spotify. But, obviously before we get the rest of our plugs out, I've got these WCW trading cards.
Wow.
From 1991 that I've come into. So I have 3 packs here. I'm going to open one of them.
Did you get them from a certain store?
I did.
Shout out, Taylor.
There you go. Get Good Gaming. Fantastic store that I work about a block from, which is dangerous for my finances.
And
But anyway,
How are those still floating
it's
around
owned by my
unopened?
cousin.
he had them in the store and I'm like, I'll take them.
Those are the only ones you had?
Yeah, 3 packs. So I just said,
He would-
give them to me.
Yeah, give me all 3.
He
Yeah.
would get some. He would get some stuff like that.
So
Not too surprised.
I don't necessarily think they're worth much, but I mean, I'm if I open one of these, I'm looking for like a Ric Flair, a Sting,
A Dusty Rhodes.
shit like
Holographic Charizard?
but it's from that. I fucking wish I still had that from 25 years ago.
I had 2 of them.
Yeah.
Now I
Okay.
don't know where
And we
either of
all-
them are. And
We're
they're
all
probably
idiots.
worth money.
Yeah.
Okay,
Logan
so-
Paul probably
Someone-
walked to the fucking ring with it at WrestleMania. That was probably yours.
Somewhere
One of
around.
them anyway. I don't know where the other one is then.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
Exactly.
Hold on.
So
hold on.
I'm gonna
he's
let
go find it. Anyway, go ahead,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead,
let
Mike.
the fellas here pick which pack I open. So we'll call this one. I know it's like reversed in the camera, but we'll call this one, the middle one 2, and this one 3. So if anyone wants to just shout out a number, that's the pack I'll open.
I want to drop a
3.
deuce. Oh,
We got a
3.
3, we got a
we got
2.
a deuce.
Tooski.
Oh yeah, tag partners for life.
Tooski.
There's another 2.
Skyler,
Skyler?
1, 2, or 3. He can't hear us. He doesn't have headphones on. 1.
No, 3.
3.
Oh, it's a tie.
It's a tie. You're the tiebreaker. Flip a coin.
I know. I don't even have one next to me. Anyone got a coin?
You got to pick the one that we didn't pick.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what? That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I'm opening one.
That's fair. I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. So we're gonna crack. I don't think I want to open all 3. I might just let like one pack sit around for a lot longer and just like put it away. Like I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do, but we just had this discussion about these fucking Pokemon cards that we all had when we were kids. If we kept them,
So I got a question.
yes.
So.
What are you about to show us?
I
God.
really need like a.
Is that an
proper mic
original?
stand.
What are you about to show us? Like an original box of fucking?
No, this isn't in a box. This is a
That's his-
book.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
no.
gonna say. That's
These
his
are
binder.
like.
Are those
these are
OG?
like- these are OG.
I'm
I
telling
wish I
you,
still
And
had
I have
mine.
multiples.
Probably
some of these
millions
are-
in that book.
Yeah, you
Dude.
probably got money in there, bud.
dude. I would
Dude,
I
so
would
some of these are
be
from like you had to go like see the movie in the theaters to get some of these.
I would
Yeah.
be. Listen. I'm not if they have sentimental value, whatever the deal is, but I would.
I know. So
I
highest
would
bidder.
be. You might be sitting on something. I would.
Yeah,
I would be looking into that seriously.
I
Yeah,
am
for sure.
fully
Read it.
aware.
Do not-
and-
Do not disclose your address. Do not. Someone might come looking.
There's a Mew.
Don't answer DMs from late Jake
There's
Paul.
a Mew right here.
Yeah, Logan Paul wants to buy your whole bind. I'll fucking here, bro. A couple mil.
Yo,
yes.
Logan Paul, hit me up.
Yep.
Any one of those, Mr. Beast, whatever fucking rich YouTuber
Mr.
wants
Beast,
to
Mr.
throw
Beast,
a
my
bag
kid
at
loves you.
at
Just
Skylar.
throw me some money. Yeah.
Mr. Beast, you want to sponsor us?
So I need-
Please.
I'm still looking for sponsors.
So yeah, I need to find a place
Hit us
that will
up.
look at these and be like, here's
No,
a bunch
you-
of money.
No, you need to get them graded, whatever you got to do to talk to your fucking family because he does that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
show
no,
up in
that-
New City. It's been like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. By the way, can you look through this book for me?
Yeah.
Can you
Tell
look
me
at
what's
these
worth
for
it.
a second?
So these 1991 cards says there's 12 full color cards in this pack. So we're gonna see what we got as we
Can't
wrap
wait.
up this podcast. This is terrible for audio, but we'll do the best we can. If you're on YouTube,
Very
Then,
quickly, while he's still opening that, apparently Pokemon cards are big with the kids again.
No,
Yeah,
they
of
are.
Yeah.
My kid has a few like gold cards. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, they're
And
all.
he's just
it's all
like, can I
different
have
now.
your cards? I'm like, no, son, they're worth
No.
way more than you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and I
No,
think that's the
s-
problem with
no-
mine. I'm
Ayo.
pretty sure
Kidding.
like mine got given away to my cousins, which is why I don't have like all of
Yeah.
my.
that sucks.
Also, I'm kidding. I,
ones in.
I love my son.
Yeah, but I love my own son. But if I have something expensive, you're not playing with a kid.
Yes, exactly.
You're gonna fucking cost me hundreds of thousands potentially. Fuck
Where is
that.
my son?
My boy.
All right, so here we go. We've opened up the pack. So we start with a checklist on top. I'm gonna do the best I can here. So we're gonna get rid of that. And who do we? Let's go this way. Who do we got first?
Oh,
We got Arn Anderson.
Look at that double A right off the bat.
Double A.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Double A.
We got double A.
Best
Here we
spine
go.
buster. Best spine
Let's
buster in the
see.
business.
Who are we looking for? Who we got?
Brian.
Brian.
All right. I like that.
Wow.
I'm a
Oh,
fan.
you got some goodies in here. All right.
These are what are we? 22-year-old,
Brian.
32-year-old cards. Oh man, I had to see. I had to double check that math. 32-year-old cards. Let's see who we got next. Brian.
Dude.
Doom. Jesus. And that's where we're gonna get into it here. Who else we got? LG. Oh no.
Wow.
Giant Gonzalez himself.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
What are the
Best
stats? on
WrestleMania
this
match of all
thing?
time.
I had this.
So the back of the card just says he's 7'7" from Argentina and his shoe size is 21.
And that's
21.
all it says.
Yes. I mean, there's
Because
a
that's all
blurb, but
that's
I'm not,
notable.
there's a blur, but I'm not reading all that.
No.
All right,
Right.
here we go. Who else we got? We got another.
Another flying Brian.
Another fly, Brian.
It's
You
different.
got
though.
two flying Brians.
It's different. It's different.
but
Yeah.
It's two flying Brians.
Yep.
One's not so flying Brian.
Yeah, one's kind of
He's
like
about he's about to take flight. It looks like.
Yeah.
That's
That's
flight.
preparing for liftoff, Brian.
All right, here we go. We got who's Steiner Brothers?
Steiner
Okay.
Brothers. All right, that's legit.
I'll have to
Yo,
see. what we're working with
Steiner
here.
Brothers back then were built different.
Yeah, they were. All right, who we got
Yeah.
now? Ricky Morton.
Ricky Morton. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
There's a decent amount of cards in this pack.
Not bad.
Little NWA in that pack.
Oh no!
Okay,
Yeah.
Sid.
I had that.
Sid.
I had that card.
Sid.
No, I-
Yeah.
Now we have to see if you get the card of him playing softball.
Oh, I don't know when it. Yeah,
Yep.
Jesus Christ!
Wait.
Damn.
Another Doom.
I really
two.
hope. I really hope.
There's a third. There's a third Doom.
I hope it's Shockmaster. Damn
Tommy
it.
Rich.
Tommy Rich.
I hope you have a
Alright.
Shockmaster
Little
card in
obscure.
there.
Ooh.
What are we at? We got one more. I mean, I can see who it is just because I'm looking at the back, but the reveal for everyone else.
Dutchman.
Wow.
Tell, wow.
Dirty Dutch.
Some pretty good cards.
Yeah,
not
not bad. I'll have to. I'll have to see what we're working with. All right. So hey, a few bucks well spent for a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, why
Come
Come
not?
back next week. We'll open up the next pack.
We'll open up one more.
Stay tuned.
I know it's very exciting. But
I
people
think
love
it's
people
exciting.
love
That's-
unboxing.
that's pretty awesome.
No, that's pretty dope. I'm happy I'll go through this. All right, that was good shit. Good shit this week. Let's get the last of the plugs out. Skylar, what are you playing on Twitch?
I'm trying to start playing Hogwarts.
I did
I
start
hear it's
that.
pretty
I
good.
got,
is-
I
it
got
is
my
fun.
I got my house.
Slytherin.
No, actually, they wanted me to be Slytherin. I picked Ravenclaw.
Fair enough.
No, we're Ravenclaws over here. Although Slytherin would have been my second choice, but I ain't no damn Hufflepuff.
I'm a Huffle bro. You got something
You're a
against
Huffle bro?
Hufflepuffs? I'm a
Yeah,
Huffle bro.
Throw down, bro.
We're the creative ones. We're the best.
Yeah, and at this point, I think I'm just gonna save Last of Us for when the final episode airs. Which quick side note, Bella Ramsey, all the awards.
All of them.
Yeah,
All of them.
it took me
All of
a minute to like believe the character, but I'm so in now. It took like 2 episodes. By episode like 3, I was like, okay, or 4.
Oh,
whatever.
I was in right off the bat. I thought she did a great job. From
The first
episode one.
she did good, but like it took me like an episode to be like, all right, is it? And then I was like, all right,
You didn't see
Right.
the most recent one, did you,
I am one behind.
TJ?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
I gotta catch up. Last one I saw was the two guys. That whole story about that.
Oh, God.
Bill
Oh,
and
I
Frank.
was ugly crying at the end of that.
Yeah, it was sad.
Yeah. But beautiful. It was beautiful.
Sad but beautiful. Don't come in here.
True. Sorry. I
Anyway,
just
yeah,
thinking
that's probably when
Metallica.
I'll,
All right.
that's at this rate. That's probably when I'll do Last of Us.
Yeah. Good shit. And
Because otherwise,
CJ.
I'm getting stuck on my whole JRPG bullshit because that's just what I do.
Mm.
CJ,
Yeah. CJ, your butt
Hey.
plug. You're all your butt plugs because I know you
Butt
got
plug.
a few.
Of the week.
Of the week.
Oh
Of the
man.
week.
Well, first things first, the logo behind me, the Paperweight Project. Check it out on Instagram, SoundCloud. Hopefully
Do
soon
the
to be
lean.
Spotify.
Do
What?
the lean.
There you go.
There you go.
It's a paper
Hey.
crane. That's what it looks like. YouTube. Check us out on YouTube and SoundCloud, especially for the songs. But also beyond that, started a new thing. We had our first episode drop this past Sunday. Check it out. The Paperweight Podcast. That is where me and my buddy John, we get to talk. We get to shoot the shit. Kind of just about anything that's on our mind. We talk a little bit about I'm sure we're going to probably talk about Last of Us. That might be something that we talk about this week. Actually, I was thinking maybe even next week we might do a whole review on the whole first season. Might be a good episode for next week for that. But
I want in.
well, I'll let you know, man. We're looking for guests, man. I'll have you come on. You want to come on for that, Skylar? I'm in. But anyway, we'll talk. But check it out. We do have the first episode up. I'm going to be dropping episodes every Sunday. Kind of like how this show does every Friday. We'll be doing the Paperweight Podcast every Sunday. Right now we are on YouTube and Spotify, so you can follow us at YouTube and Spotify. Just check out the Paperweight Podcast. Go ahead, Mike.
Give it 5 stars like I did.
Yeah, all the stars, please. All the help, all the support for the new.
And if you're living in
groundswell of
Tokyo, give it 7.
This new, yes. We're excited about it. Got some other ideas for episodes coming up. Actually planning on recording an episode right after I'm done with you guys. John just got home from work and we're going to be recording episode 2 tonight. So stay
Mister,
tuned for
it's
that.
only fucking
9 p.m.
I mean, hey, it's 11 where he is, or whatever, 12
Yeah,
now,
where
right?
where we are, where the rest of us are.
Yeah.
Us East Coast schmucks.
Yeah, well, I didn't tell you to live there. But anyway,
That's fair.
yeah, so check out the Paperweight Project to check out some of the music that we're doing, me and my partner John, and the Paperweight Podcast to hear us kind of just bullshit about stuff and have some fun. And both those things, like I said, YouTube, Spotify for the podcast, SoundCloud for the music.
Well, good shit.
And then,
Very quickly, Chris,
Yeah,
I
one
just
last
kind of want to circle back around. I see you've been kind of posting about some people who might be at the Civic Center.
Yes. There's a few things that changed.
Oh.
Some of the guests
Darn.
in and out and like
Darn.
whatever. Let me have the correct lineup for you. That way you can get the you know who's gonna be there. I'm gonna have it there, so
As always, cards subject to change.
Change.
yeah, it does change occasionally. Then we still have a little time, but I know for this weekend we do have Takashida's coming,
Ooh.
which we've never had him before. This is his first time, wrestling for us.
That dude's gonna be fucking legit.
He's wrestling JT Dunn too tomorrow night.
Oh, okay.
wow.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be big.
I'm a big Takashita fan.
We got Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti coming back. We haven't had them since we did our Six Flags show. So it's always fun to have them back. We have Matt Taven and Brian Anthony teaming up.
Matt Taven is the champion right now, right?
Yes, Matt Taven is the champion. They've actually never teamed before. They've wrestled each other a bunch. And Cole Carter's been around a lot.
Yeah.
We've gotten to have Cole on a lot. He's been great. And Casey's defending his title again. So Casey Navarro. And that's all Waterbury this weekend. Civic Center. Let me pull up the correct information for this. 'cause it has changed a little bit. I know we're gonna have Starks.
I was gonna say I saw Ricky Starks.
Yes,
mentioned.
Ricky Starks. So we're gonna have Ricky Starks, but the difference here of having Ricky Starks this time is he's gonna be wrestling, and he's never wrestled for us before. He's only done appearances and signings, and he hasn't been able to wrestle. So this will be the first time that he's actually going to be wrestling for us, and he's still planned to be on the show. There hasn't been any changes with him as far as I know.
Big Ricky Starks fan.
Yeah, Rick Starks is great.
I've gotten to spend a little time around him, and he is super cool to be around. A lot of fun. Very easy to get along with and have. I was with him for like a few hours on car rides, and he's a very interesting guy. So I think we have Sammy's gonna be there too or not. A few things have changed. I actually don't even want to try to tell you who's gonna be
Fair
give
enough.
you the correct
Hard subject to change.
lineup.
Always.
Keep an eye out on the NEW socials.
Yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely.
do that shit.
Word.
Sentence.
Well, I
All
think
right.
we had a good one here today.
No, this was a lot of fun. Just a lot of bullshitting, a lot of grievances, a lot of some heat settled. But yeah, listen, episode 52.
A lot of double
Not-
paying apparently.
Remember, not
Apparently so.
not
We're
the
gonna have to go back.
anniversary. This ain't no anniversary show, but it is a year's worth of content that we've put
Years
out.
of content.
I'm proud of that. But
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
We're live,
But,
pal.
oh shit,
That
can we
is-
do that? Can we do that over? But yeah, listen, thanks Chris, thanks to Andy for hopping on. This is fun, man. It's good shit.
Yeah,
Some
we
different
gotta
some
have
different
them.
voices. It is nice to bring it up.
Chris
We'll
has been a
we'll have
regular for a while.
different
We got to
people.
get
Oh,
that
yeah.
back into the
I know.
flow here.
Well, listen, he was on right before we took our short little break for the
That's
holidays
true,
and
yeah.
life events. So we didn't forget. It's just
Whenever
a
you need
second.
Workplace Wrestling's head official, just let me know.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a text away. But yeah, for Chris, for Andy, for CJ, for Skylar, I'm Mike. Thanks again. Until next time. Peace, everybody.
Yeah.
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 Whoa, daddy.